my hands were so messed up just from landing so many strikes. Like my hands were killing me. It took like a full month before they were like the swelling went down and they were finally back to a little bit normal. They hurt.
Yeah, let's jump right into it, Mike. February 5th, you're back in action against Hakeem Dawodu. Thoughts on the matchup and Hakeem's history against your team?
I'm super excited. I think it's just a great striking matchup. I think stylistically I go against him really well. I think I'm a little bit more well rounded too. I got a good ground game that I want to try and mix in there. Uh, but yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, he was supposed to fight Shane. He fought Julio, so I'm excited to get in there and throw some leather.
Definitely, definitely. What makes his style mash so well with your style?
We're both kickboxers. We come from a kickboxing background, and I love standing up, and I'm excited to fight somebody who shares the same interest.
Definitely, definitely. All right. His last fight, you know, what I mean, I believe that was his only loss in the UFC versus Mobzar Evloev, a unanimous decision loss. Did that expose a lot of holes in his game? You think?
um, I mean, the wrestling aspect for sure. Um, but I mean, the other guy put a lot of pressure on him. I don't know if I remember watching it or not. I can't really remember how the fight went down, but yeah, maybe I want to try and mix it up and keep him guessing and yeah, I just feel it out as I get in there.
So you're not so into watching your opponent's tape?
I do a little bit, but
Mhm.
I just my coaches watch. They give me a game plan, and then I get right to work.
So what have your coaches told you about Hakeem?
Yeah, he's a good striker, pressures forward, and I'm gonna be ready for it. Anything he throws at me, I'll be ready for.
All right. Now, you've only competed once since 2019. Has frustration ever set in, especially with most of the obstacles out of your control?
Yeah, sometimes, but I try not to think about it. I just keep my head down and work hard, and it'll happen when it happens. It's crazy times we're in right now, and anything can happen. I unfortunately was injured for a while, and then got a matchup, then it got canceled. It is what it is. But I enjoy training anyway. So the competition and being able to compete at the highest level is a bonus for me, and I'm just excited to finally get back in there and test my skills and push myself past my limits.
Fighting only once, but there's a lot of development outside the cage, right? So when you spend time on certain aspects of your game, what have you added to your arsenal do you feel like you'll be able to utilize as you move forward?
I just work on everything, man. You could always get better, even just with the basics, and it sometimes it's good to train just to train and improve and not have to worry about a fight because when you're in fight camp, you train specific things based on how your opponent's gonna possibly come at you. So you put a game plan together and then you work on that game plan nonstop. Where if you're out of fight camp, you get to try stuff that you normally wouldn't try and add some new tools to your bag of tricks and that's what I've pretty much been doing, just trying to be a more well-rounded mixed martial artist and not be one-sided because I mean the game's evolving and what worked 5 years ago won't work now. So you gotta evolve with the times and everybody's good everywhere. So I gotta keep it going as well.
Yeah, evolving but you mentioned the basics, right? And I feel like sometimes fighters get lost in the fancy shit and they kind of veer away from what got them to the show?
I think so. Everybody's looking for that highlight reel knockout. You can't blame them either. But those are few and far between. It, every once in a while, you'll get some crazy knockouts, but most knockouts and most finishes, whether it's on the ground or it's on the feet, is just your basic strikes, your basic submissions. Your rear naked chokes, your guillotines. Your jabs, your crosses, your hooks. Those are the things that put people out. So I feel like those are the most important things to work because those are the most effective. Yeah, I mean, work everything else, and you can add your fancy stuff into your repertoire, but the basics is what's most important.
Yeah, because when people look back on your record, they have a fizzy memory of what exactly happened in the fight, but when they see the method of finish, I think that's the most important thing for most people.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm always looking to get the finish. It's kind of creeped away from me for the last few fights, but I've got a ton of finishes under my belt, and I know how to get it done, and that's what I'm gonna be looking for. I'm not trying to stay in there for a war. I want to get in and out quick.
When you hear fighters say that like they want a war, do you feel like they really want a war, or are they just saying that to kind of hype the fight?
It might just be hyping the fight. At the end of the day, nobody really wins a fist fight. You're both banged up afterwards. You got to heal, recover. Yeah, you get a win, you get a win bonus, all that stuff. But both sides are getting all banged up. You want to try and get in and out with as little damage as possible. That's always the objective because we want to fight. We want to be active, and if you go through war after war after war, it just takes you. It's a lot harder to be fighting 3-4 times a year if you're going through so many of those crazy battles, because it takes time for your body to heal, especially as you get older.
Which fight did you come out of the most banged up without having a serious injury?
Um, Probably my last fight on the show before the finale. Um, my hands were so messed up just from landing so many strikes. Like my hands were killing me. It took like a full month before they were like the swelling went down and they were finally back to a little bit normal. They hurt.
Does that ever scare you though? Like, like say like it takes a little longer to heal, but there's nothing really major wrong, but you have to sit there and not trade though. I think that probably hurts the most, not being able to train.
Yeah, I mean, I usually take like a week to recover based on how I feel, but like for instance, when I was out because of my surgeries and stuff, like not being able to do anything it killed me because I need to work out every day. It sets the tone for my day, gets me going. I feel like my week and my days off if I don't get my work in. Even if it's for an hour. But yeah, I mean, it sucks. I hate sitting down doing nothing.
Well, most of the most of the world likes sitting around doing nothing.
Eh, Not me, man. I got to
Yeah.
keep moving.
Yeah, it's the wildest thing, right? Most of the world they just rather sit there and do nothing. Going back to the fight, your teammate Julio, he fought him. How much does that affect your preparations in a positive way?
Um, Positive way. I mean, he knows the types of stuff he does and can give me insight on it. But again, it was also a while ago, so I mean, Hakeem's probably changed a little bit. Everybody gets better as they go. So who knows? He might approach me differently than he approached Julio. And we'll see. I'm just excited to get in there, man.
The excitement, the momentum from the last fight. How do you see yourself picking up this win against Hakeem?
I'm looking for a finish, man. I want to finish bad, and I want to make a statement, um, show that I'm top 15 worthy, and I think a win over him is gonna put me right into a top 15 contender fight afterwards.
Fighting at the Apex, it has the smaller cage. Some fighters they've been complaining about it. Does the size of the cage matter to you?
No, no, not at all. I mean, yeah, it's smaller, but we're there to fight, not run around. So, it doesn't really bother me. I mean, to be honest, like if you're complaining about it, eh, maybe for like a wrestling standpoint, because when it's bigger, like you have more opportunity to take them down without them using the fence to get up, and you have more room to do that. And then striking wise, yeah, you have more room to move around, but it's not that big a difference.
I saw you went hunting in Africa, man. What did you catch?
Man, I got a bunch of different type of antelope. Um, so I shot 7 animals. Um, I shot I mean they all got like weird names. I shot a bleesbok, springbok, steenbok, kudu, impala, and then I shot this a furvet monkey and a baboon.
Wow, that's a collection. What's a bok? It seems like every animal has a bok in it.
That's just the name. That's just what they're called. So it ends in like bok. Uh, just the names of the different types of antelope. You know, they all have different types of horns and stuff like that. So it's cool. It was a surreal experience because never did I think I was going to go to Africa in general, let alone to hunt. So, you know, having that opportunity and going with my family and doing it with my cousins, my uncles, and everybody is just it was an awesome time.
Did you eat anything unusual? You know, usually go to new lands, you taste the cuisine a little bit.
Yeah, no, we ate we got to eat like a little bit of everything we hunted. But most of the meat is given to the landowners in Africa. So somebody's eating it, you know, but like the trackers would get stuff to hunt on some of the land there. Like it's all privately owned, so like the deal they make with like the landowners is like, oh, we get to hunt on your land, they get the meat type of thing. It's like a trade off or whatever. So, but somebody eats it, and some of it gets donated and this and that. But we take all the hides and everything, and it takes about 6 months to go through custom and stuff, and then they ship it back to us.
All right, did you make a jacket or, you know, what'd you do with it?
No jacket, but just a bunch of different types of mounts that I'm gonna
Okay.
get.
All right,
So
awesome, awesome. You know, sometimes people get backlash for that. Did you get any backlash for going hunting in Africa?
it's conservation. You know, people don't understand like it's uh it's about conserving the population to keeping it a healthy population. If there's too many of them, they eat all the crops and then they start starving to death. You know, because where we were at, there wasn't too many predators per se. I mean, there's not jaguars, there's leopards, there's tons of different types of cats there. Where we were, there weren't really lions, but there's a decent amount of predators. But you know, the populations. I mean, animals breed like crazy, so like their populations start to boom, and you know, to keep it healthy and stuff like that, you you hunt and you take out the animals and the farmers they all breed the animals and make sure that their groups are healthy. You know, it's not like a fenced in area though. It's like a huge wide open plains, like hundreds of thousands of acres of open land, and it it's just it's better than if you're getting meat at the store from a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, I want to experience that. That's why I have so many questions, man. I want to experience it myself. I want to go out there and hunt and do exactly what you did. You know what I mean?
It's the best
Conserve.
thing.
Yeah.
Besides fighting, for me, hunting is my favorite thing to do.
Any close encounters with any animals?
Uh, Me personally, no.
Okay.
Um, I mean, I was pretty close to some of the animals that I shot in Africa, but nothing like crazy, like one on one with a lion or something like that. My cousins were telling me stories like because this was like their third time
Mhm.
going to Africa hunting. They were they were going Cape buffalo hunting,
Mhm.
and like they got charged by an elephant, and the elephant just started chasing them, and they were driving their truck down like the dirt road, and the elephant's running behind them, and they said they felt like it was like Jurassic Park with the T-Rex running after the car. They're like, holy crap, go faster, because the thing is like catching up to them.
That's hilarious. A couple more before I let you go outside of the fight. MMA fans, man, they're crazy, and some of them are just passionate. But what do MMA fans obsess about too much that fighters don't care about?
That was a tough one. I I think I think they obsess too much about like all the shit talk.
Hmm.
Like you
Oh
either
yeah.
have it or you don't. I don't like you see a lot of guys trying to force it, and it just looks bad. But like everybody loves like when people talk shit, like gets things going. It gets the people excited. But I've never been a shit talker. I just can't think that quick. So I only I'm the kind of person who thinks of a comeback like an hour later while I'm taking a shower. I'm like, oh, I should have said that. So it just doesn't come natural to me. But um, yeah, I mean, I personally don't think fighters really care about it. They might do it just to promote the fight a little bit, but I think fans care more about that than the actual fighters do.
When Kevin Lee signed with Eagle FC, it was announced that he's going to be paid in crypto. What are your
Hmm.
thoughts on cryptocurrency, and would you ever agree to be paid your fight purse in it?
I don't really know too much about it. It's pretty big right now, but no, I wouldn't want my my pay to be in crypto. I mean, if I was going to use crypto, oh my God, would you relax? My puppy's attacking me. If I was going to get paid, I'm going to get paid. And then I would want to invest in crypto if I was going to do it. I wouldn't want my whole pay to be in crypto for sure.
All right, man. February 5th, you're not going to be paid in crypto. UFC Fight Night.
No way.
Mike, thank you so much, man, for the time. Appreciate you. And hopefully we do like 4 of these this year, man. I would like to see you much more active.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate it as always.